Okay, yo, hey yo. Man, not having a very good time with my connection today. What's going on? I know. I turned my camera off so I could look at my phone, and then the whole stream crashed. Second time it's crashed today. I know, it's rough. It's so rough. So rough. Hey, look, you can't see me. You can only see my books. Oh, whoa, yo, hey yo. Hey. That was rough, I know. We're back. We back. Don't worry, we back. Ready to go. Kung Fu Nerd Army reporting in. Not having good luck with our streams today. That was the second time we've had a drop off. Looking for some of these news articles and just the whole thing crashed. Welcome back to a third live stream of the day. Taking lots of my time now. I've already said this probably on the first two, but I just what was I saying? Oh yeah, I already said this on the first two, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Go watch my video that I posted yesterday. The buy one Bitcoin with Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee says, buy one Bitcoin, tweet heard throughout crypto. I feel like I didn't put XRP in the title, and then no one watched it. XRP was not in the title, but there's some hidden XRP support in there. So if you guys didn't see my video from yesterday, buy one Bitcoin, says Charlie Lee, one tweet heard throughout crypto, etc. That's up, and you should go watch it. It doesn't say XRP in the title, but still a good video. I went and looked for something that I thought I could find in Google, but I think it might have been something I found on Twitter, and I sent it to myself. So I was on my phone trying to find this article, and then the whole thing froze, and we logged out, and etc. So I think I messaged myself. This tweet this morning. Yes, I did. Thank you to me. I did it. I did. Good job. This tweet today. This is what we were looking for earlier, and I was like, I thought it was an article, but it was a tweet. How funny. So we're gonna look at that, and we're gonna look at a few more things to consider today's news caught up, and then there'll be some more videos, etc. Dropping later. Are we back? Yes. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Can we watch it after your 7th live stream? Yes, you can. Thanks, Great Pate. The Great Pate, yes, you can, matey. 33 and a third, you can watch it whenever you want, mate. It doesn't matter at all. You can watch it later, you can watch it tomorrow. I just want you guys to watch it and share it with your friends. It's just a share it with your friends and all. Alright, Canada's Bitcoin miner Hut 8 becomes largest by capacity after second site opening. A Toronto-based Bitcoin mining company, Hut 8, announced the completion of its second mining facility in Canada on July 16th, claiming to have become the world's largest publicly traded operator by capacity. That's pretty exciting. Ho, yeah, that's right, Canada. That's right, Canada. Stepping in on that space. We looked at this already in another article, but it's interesting to consider. 2018 Crypto Investment Report, institutional investors provided 56% of capital inflow. So everyone's like, when are institutional investors going to get here? They've been here. 50%, 56%. Grayscale has been overseeing investments in crypto for 5 years, launching Bitcoin Investment Trust back in September of 2013, guys. Yeah, a little early. Way early. So expanding into other single asset funds, Ethereum Classic, Zcash, Litecoin, as well as diversified offerings, notably its digital large cap fund. Where am I based out of? Are you asking me, Sean, or are you asking someone else? Despite the undeniably bearish picture of crypto markets during this time, Grayscale remarks that counterintuitively the pace of investment has accelerated to a level that we have not seen before. So we saw someone else the other day, a hedge fund manager, saying that no one's interested in crypto. No one's interested in crypto is what they were saying. But then looking at this chart, it says that there's actually a lot of interest in crypto. Interesting. interesting report here. So the cumulative inflow by investment product through 2017 through the June 30th of 2018. Looks like Bitcoin continually being supported higher and higher and higher levels. Is XRP that top one? It's like the same amount. XRP is like the same amount for the whole thing. No big deal. JP Morgan files new patent for virtual receipts on distributed system. So interesting, JP Morgan filing a new patent for a system that leverages blockchain for the management of virtual receipts backed by assets or bonds. What's up with this patent system? Like, do we have some patent trolls in the works? Do we have some patent trolls? Like, are they just making patents so they can like sell patents later to people? Is that the deal? There's like patenting everything possible. Tell me more. Tell me more. What are they doing up here? What are they doing? What are you guys talking about? I don't even know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And next on the docket, Enigma guy Zinkins. I'm pro whatever kind of blockchain fits decentralization ideals. Pro whatever kind of blockchain fits decentralization ideals. Nice. Interesting position to be in, I guess. No big deal. And finally to this Lightning Network tweet that I shut down the stream searching for. I said this would happen. Lightning coins will be valued less than on-chain coins, thus needs an interest rate to compensate. And once LN hubs are large enough, they will start to double spend, breach remedy commitments, and voila, fractional reserve banking again. So here we can see why Bitcoin paired with the Lightning Network might be the newest branch of the global banking regime. What they're saying basically is the idea that transactions are not normally broadcast. If the hubs are big enough, they can create a private payment channel, and they can have their own settlement channel, and they can basically use the same coins more than once. Someone asks, what does this mean? Does it affect me at all if I run a node? And David Jerry said it certainly does if the nodes are on your routing path. So we can see that the way the Lightning node and network works basically is it has to have all these nodes functioning inside of this network for them to send money. Kind of like how you can think about the off-chain transaction payment channels, in effect, need to have these open payment corridors. So it's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. And so you can see that potentially, as much as I like Bitcoin, as much as I love Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin's amazing, you can see that we've had corporate interests enter into the space and basically run amok of our Bitcoin with this Lightning Network. Moonboy is right. Lightning Network's killing BTC. So I made a Twitter tweet the other day. I made a Twitter tweet. I tweeted. I tweeted on Twitter, and it was a while back, but I asked you guys to tell me what you thought about Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, or neither. And here was the tweet. If you had to pick one, what would you pick? 61% picking Bitcoin Cash, 61% picking Bitcoin Cash, and 17% not sure. So more people are not sure than they are sure about Bitcoin Cash. 17% not sure, 14% Bitcoin Cash, 61% Bitcoin. Now, I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got the brand recognition. People know it by name. People know, like, Bitcoin by name. They know it by name. 61% domination easily, just from people still committed to the fact that it's Bitcoin. The problem is that we have Lightning Network by Blockstream running now BTC for their corporate interests, looking at launching the Lightning Network, which brings a centralized authority to the chains, letting them basically kind of regulate the Lightning nodes, the off-channel nodes. But the problem here really is this: the issue that now you basically have a double spend breach, the remedy for them to allow fractional reserve banking again. You can see that the way that it works is obviously very complicated, like most systems. They're just trying to keep it more complicated than the average consumer can understand, which ensures they cannot be questioned. Looking at the idea that, Ripple, like Lightning's network, sending packets of money and it failing be above a certain specific amount, it's kind of indicative of the how far along they are. They're not very far along. And in reality, XRP already way better. XRP functions way more efficiently. You can send huge amounts of money in instantaneous, no cost or whatever. So they've already lost the battle. The biggest thing is education, information, informing the public, informing people like your friends and family to be aware of this before more public hearings lead to more support and compounding interest in XRP. Because in reality, talking to your close friends and family right now and talking to them about the shift of monetary policies and the transition away from analog systems and looking at the reality of Lightning Network sucking a lot. That's really the biggest issue. Like I was the biggest BTC fan, and I was all BTC until I started understanding the technology. Right? I was happily just like listening to the average reports about BTC and crypto, and just thought like I knew what was going on until I looked into the technology, and that's when I started to be like, whoa, what's happening? Potentially, this is important. I think this is important for us to have these conversations. Lightning Network is not what they are selling it as. It's not what they're selling it as. So, I expect more conversations like this to be happening. But you can see a lot of the crypto mainstream news doesn't even report this stuff. Crypto mainstream news doesn't even pay attention or care.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, King Blue. What's up? How are you? Cheers. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. I appreciate the 589. 589! Woo! Thanks again. Keep up the good work. I will. I'll do my best. Things like this definitely get me a little bit irked. People still thinking BTC is honoring the original proposal they suggested to the community, but instead they were overrun by Blockstream, and now I'm not saying that Bitcoin Cash is better or the solution. I'm just saying that Blockstream's run amok of Bitcoin, and Lightning Network sucks. And Lightning Network is basically the extension of the central banking arm to create fractional reserve banking again. And people said oh, it's not that big a deal. You can just not use Lightning, just stick with BTC, keep your on-chain transactions, etc., etc. But this guy's suggesting that Lightning coins will be valued less than on-chain ones. So if you keep all your transactions on Bitcoin, on-chain, those coins are worth more. The whole thing, it gets kind of heady, it gets kind of confusing, and that's why it's important for us to stay on top of this information. Lightning Network, again, with a very, very low success rate, under, I think, 3 cents or something. They can't send any amount more than 3 cents. It's kind of similar to the ILP, the Interledger Protocol, where it sends packets of money. They can't send anything other than a small amount through their Lightning Network. But the real issue, honestly, is just that we still don't really understand where this is headed and where they're going with this. And basically the discussion behind closed doors with the IMF and the Fed and what's happening. I think this is important to pay attention to. So that's that. Do I think Zilliqua is a good buy? I made a Zilliqua video on my channel. I made a Zilliqua breakdown. It's on my channel if you just search Zill or Zilliqua. Honestly, it has a lot of support. People are interested in it. People who are into this crypto space like it. It brings a strong use case, I think, to the interoperability of other cryptos. So Zilliqua kind of being a tool on the work belt of someone who might use it in combination with another standalone siloed blockchain. But looking at it long term comparatively to XRP and Codius, I don't really see it. I don't see it holding the same potential. But again, a lot of this depends on who builds on it. Who builds on it, who picks it, who chooses to support it, and what does that mean for the future of that token, the future of those partnerships, and the future of that space. It really just depends on them and the team. So Zilliqua is strong for sure. I made a video about it when it was first kind of coming out, and definitely them being touted by possibly being moved to by Ethermon or whatever is pretty strong, but they're not. That's not a guarantee. It's kind of like Coinbase saying we might list these 5 coins, Ethermon saying we might launch our game on Zilliqua. They might not. They might launch it on Codius. They might launch it on XRP. They might launch it on Codius and then launch it on Ethereum again. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work when they bring up the Ethereum hosts for Codius. So that's interesting to look at. I saw this actually when the stream crashed. I think I saw someone commenting about this, asking about this on Twitter. So 3 reasons why the douche bank chose IBM blockchain. The underlying blockchain technology sometimes gets lost in the fancy lights of cryptocurrency, but the technology is a crucial cog of the buzz generated by the birth of crypto. IBM, the American multinational tech company, is one of the companies successfully utilizing the revolutionary technology without the ostentatious coin fanfare, and it continues to draw big names to its blockchain. The first reason that Schroeder gave was security. IBM's global market vice president, Martin Schroeder, discusses IBM's success in the young industry. More blockchains running today in the world than anything else. He provides 3 reasons why the company seeks IBM blockchains. The first is security. Schroeder did not go into depth why their blockchain security stands above the competition, merely explaining the technology runs on the IBM mainframe. Secondly, IBM pointed to scalability. He stated that IBM's blockchain can scale to the extent that major businesses and banks need. He suggested that IBM can support scalability of tens of thousands of things per second. And lastly, Schroeder said that IBM has the appropriate tools and ecosystem to make blockchain technology useful for corporations. While the brevity of the interview left viewers with questions about the validity of statements made by Schroeder, it is evident that IBM's pitch has been successful in alluring the target businesses. In 2017, IBM collaborated with 7 big European banks, including the famous Deutsche Bank. And what does this mean? We still don't really know what that means. Like looking at IBM blockchain using, we know they're partnered with Stellar. Are they using Stellar? Are they using a cryptocurrency at all? Are they using a database? Is IBM selling companies databases and calling it a blockchain? Most people probably don't know. Most people probably wouldn't know the difference. So potentially, it's going to be a while before people can even understand the difference. And looking at, possibly IBM might build out a bunch of enterprise solutions on a database, and someone else builds out a bunch of enterprise solutions on actual cryptocurrencies that have ILP working. One of them might actually last long term. Looking at building things on a false foundation is dangerous. So if IBM's building things in a database and saying it's a blockchain, basically they're in trouble. Basically, it's a bad move. Maybe they're using blockchain that has some 10,000 transaction a second output, like they're saying. But again, what potentially we can see from that I don't see anything supporting this statement. There's no sources of their tech. Again, looking at cryptocurrencies and blockchain, it's all about the tech. It's all about the tech. So talk to me about the tech, IBM. Are you just buying other people's tech? Or are you just using databases and calling it blockchain? I'd love to know more. I'd love to know more. It's a bearable guy riddle. How to pronounce it? Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank. Okay. Deutsche. Deutsche or Deutsche? Deutsche or Deutsche? Deutsche Bank. The Ouroboros is an ancient symbol depicting a serpent eating its own tail. That is true. It's also the name of the ADA wallet. Nobody understands how Codius is going to blow up. That's true. Nobody knows how Codius is going to blow up. And honestly, I think that most people don't even know how to write an article about it. So potentially looking at like why people are going to use Codius, we referenced this earlier. it was basically the building enterprise solutions on Ethereum. People are basically gonna use the one that costs less. It's more efficient. It's easier to use, and that's just gonna compound interest over time into XRP. We know that. And again, looking at articles like this, the big bank, Deutsche Bank or whatever, choosing IBM to run their blockchain for 3 reasons. But again, run their blockchain. What does that mean? We've already seen Corda, R3's Corda, come out saying we have a blockchain, and it's going to be sweet. And then you look, and it's a database. It's just a big database. Possibly people still not really sure what the difference between a blockchain and a database is. So, sure, IBM can build a bunch of enterprises on top of a database all day long. But in 5 years, if they've been building on a database, and that's something that we've had access to forever, no one cares about databases. And if someone else builds out a bunch of projects on actual standing, working, high throughput blockchain, that's potentially what's going to happen. Everyone's talking about Codius, but Cobalt will be the real jump. I saw someone talking about that the other day, talking about Cobalt, and it's like a... I saw someone just the other day talking about Cobalt. Oh, I guess I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about Cobalt. I saw this the other day. I thought you were talking about this. Score is looking poised to become biggest change since SegWit. The Bitcoin upgrade arguably took its most significant step toward implementation last week when influential developer Peter Wool unveiled a draft outlining its technical makeup. Effectively, this sets up Score as the next big change to Bitcoin. It's one step closer to improving the scaling and privacy of the world's most valuable crypto, meaning it'll be the largest code change since segregated witness. If you guys don't know about SegWit, that was the last big change. A pivotal bug fix that prompted a drawn-out battle in the Bitcoin community last year before ultimately being adopted at a technical level, adding support for Schnorr, a digital signature scheme, would give Bitcoin users a new way to generate cryptographic keys they need to use to store and send Bitcoin. By doing so, it also paves the way for a number of exciting benefits, including tackling privacy and scalability, arguably 2 of Bitcoin's most worrisome problems. So you can see they're making these adjustments to the Bitcoin core code, but they're also launching Lightning Network. So